Right in the heart of Jerusalem, there's a small piece of land that's at the center of one of the most explosive debates in the world. And according to some biblical prophecy scholars, ancient scriptures written thousands of years ago are describing exactly what we're seeing unfold today. The key to all of it, they believe, might just be a single perfect animal, a creature that could unlock a 2,000-year-old mystery.
It sounds like a pretty strange question for our modern world, doesn't it? I mean, with all of our complex geopolitics and advanced technology, why would a single red heifer even matter? Well, the answer, for many, is tied to a prophecy that has been waiting nearly 2 millennia to finally be fulfilled.
And that puzzle is the rebuilding of the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. Ever since the Second Temple was destroyed by the Romans back in 70 AD, it's laid in ruins. For those who want to build a third temple, there's one ancient requirement that stands in the way, and it's a requirement that can only be met by this one specific animal. So, let's get right into it. Why is this animal so absolutely crucial? Well, the answer is found in an ancient law that's central to all temple worship, the concept of ritual purity. Okay, so here's the deal. Biblical law required that anyone entering the temple to perform their sacred duties had to be in a state of ceremonial cleanliness. Any kind of impurity, which is called tumah, would completely prevent them from serving.
And the most severe form of this impurity, known as tumas mace, comes from any contact with a corpse. For almost 2,000 years, according to this law, this state of impurity is basically applied to everyone. And get this, there is only one remedy prescribed in the Bible to cleanse it.
The Book of Numbers lays out a very specific process. You can think of it like a unique cleanser for an invisible but spiritually significant stain. First, a perfect red heifer has to be found, and then sacrificed. Its ashes are then gathered up and mixed with living water. That means water from a natural source, like a spring or a river. This very mixture is the only thing that can purify the priests and the temple grounds from tumas meals.
And when I say the requirements are strict, I mean they are unbelievably strict. The animal has to be perfectly red. Some rabbinic sources say you can't have more than a single non-red hair on its entire body. It has to be completely free of any blemish, inside or out, and it can never have performed any kind of labor, which means it's never been put under a yoke. These standards make finding a qualifying heifer next to impossible.
But this isn't just some ancient history lesson. Not at all. There is an active movement right now working to make this a reality.
Over in Jerusalem, you've got organizations like the Temple Institute, and they are dedicated to preparing for the construction of a third temple. And this isn't some museum project for them. It's a sacred mission they believe is commanded by Scripture and is absolutely essential for prophecy to be fulfilled.
And you know, they've made some incredible progress. Sacred vessels have been recreated down to the tiniest detail. The very specific priestly garments have been woven. And they've even trained over 500 men who are confirmed descendants of the biblical tribe of Levi to serve as the new temple priests.
And this right here illustrates the problem perfectly. All of that work, all of those detailed preparations, they're essentially on pause. They simply cannot move forward until the priests and the Temple Mount itself can be ritually purified. The red heifer is the final, missing key that unlocks everything else.
And this is where all these physical preparations connect to a much, much larger narrative, one that believers see as a prophetic clock, counting down to events that they believe will shape the future of the entire world.
Prophecy scholars will point you right to verses like this one from Ezekiel, and they see a direct link between this promise of cleansing and the red heifer ritual. They connect this to a whole timeline of events, including prophecies from the book of Daniel, which are often interpreted as foretelling the construction of a third temple right before the arrival of a final world leader.
So if you lay these events out on a timeline, you really start to see the prophetic story that believers are following. You have the temple destroyed in 70 AD. Then, after nearly 2,000 years, Israel is reborn as a nation in 1948. And now, today, there are active preparations underway for a third temple. For them, each step is another critical milestone on a prophetic path.
This is exactly why all the recent news about viable red heifers being raised and even imported to Israel has created such a massive stir. For those watching that prophetic clock, the potential arrival of a qualifying heifer isn't just some interesting agricultural news, it's a huge sign that a major prophetic event could be right on the horizon.
Now, from a messianic viewpoint, the red heifer is seen as more than just a component in a ritual. It's seen as a profound symbol, a kind of shadow, pointing to an even greater reality. From this perspective, a really fascinating parallel emerges. Just like the red heifer had to be perfectly unblemished,
Yeshua, or Jesus, is described in the New Testament as being perfectly sinless. The heifer was sacrificed outside the camp, away from everyone else, and Yeshua was crucified outside the city walls of Jerusalem. And finally, while the ashes of the heifer purify the body from a physical impurity, the book of Hebrews argues that his sacrifice cleanses the conscience from a spiritual one.
So, with all this preparation and all this deep prophetic significance, we have to zoom out and look at the reality on the ground. Because none of this is happening in a vacuum. It's happening in one of the most contested and sensitive places on Earth.
The Temple Mount, the exact spot where the first and second temples once stood, is today the site of the Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which are sacred to hundreds of millions of Muslims. Any attempt to build a third temple or to reinstitute sacrifices there would have immediate and, frankly, immense geopolitical consequences.
And yet, here's the thing. The ultimate prophetic vision for this very temple, as described in the book of Isaiah, is one of profound unity. It's foretold not as a place for just one people, but as a house of prayer for all nations, a place of peace. And that leaves us with the central paradox of this entire story, doesn't it? The pursuit of this ancient ritual is pushing us all toward a moment that could either fulfill a beautiful vision of global unity or trigger a conflict of unparalleled scale. And the search for a single red cow sits right at the very heart of that question.